Students, through this recorded session, today we will revise the first lesson, A Triumph of Surgery, through this short summary. And here it starts. Mrs. Pumphrey is a rich lady who has a dog called Tricky. The story starts when Mrs. Pumphrey takes her dog out for a walk. The narrator, a veterinary doctor who knows the lady, sees the dog and is shocked as he sees that the dog looks like a bloated sausage, means very fat, with a leg at each end. He advises her to stop giving him unhealthy things to eat, but Mrs. Pumphrey is not able to refuse him. Soon he falls sick and the doctor is called. The narrator, Mr. Harriet, then somehow takes Tricky, the dog, to the hospital, even though he knows that Mrs. Pumphrey is not ready to leave her dog, and nearly faints just by hearing these words. Then he takes the dog along and puts a bed for him in his surgery. The dog doesn't move much nor eats anything for the first 2 days. On the second day, he looks around and whimpers a bit. He wants to go out on the third day and starts playing with the bigger dogs. He also licks the bowels of other dogs clean on the third day. Then his condition started improving very fast. He started fighting for his meals with other dogs. Then when the news of his rapid recovery reached Mrs. Pumphrey, she started sending eggs for him as she thought that Tricky was recovering from an illness and needed energy foodstuffs. Mr. Harriet and his partners started eating those eggs for their morning breakfast. Then, for improving Tricky's blood, Mrs. Pumphrey started sending the bottles of wine, which was again consumed by Mr. Harriet and his companions. They used to take 2 glasses before lunch and some more glasses while having their lunch. Then when she started sending the bottles of brandy for Tricky, that was the time when Mr. Harriet thought that he would really like to keep Tricky as a permanent guest in the surgery. Mr. Harriet used to be really happy those days by having 2 extra eggs every morning, then having few glasses of wine in the afternoon and closing the day by having brandy at night. But then he took a wise decision and called up Mrs. Pumphrey as she was really worried, and on this side Tricky was also ready to be taken back home. Tricky was really happy to see his mistress and jumped into the car. Mrs. Pumphrey said that she wouldn't be able to ever thank him for what he had done, and also that his surgery had been successful as Tricky was now cured. So students, this was the summary of the first lesson, A Triumph of Surgery. Hope you all have understood. Now thanks for watching the video. Have a good day ahead.